What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we're going to discuss the Colorado shooting at Club Q. Before we dive into this horrific story, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop some comments, and share these videos so we can spread the awareness. Now, you might be wondering, why would I be talking about the Colorado shooting? What does that have to do with the IBEW? What does that have to do with being union-minded? What does that have to do with unionism? What does that have to do with brotherhood? What does that have to do with solidarity? Why the hell are you bringing this up, Eric? Let me tell you why I'm bringing it up. In my life in the IBEW, I've encountered many different types of members. Some of them were very progressive and union-minded, and were all about the brotherhood. Some of them were very conservative and conspiratorial, and everything in between. But one thing that is all too common and all too ignorant, and something that I cannot abide, is the bigotry against the gay community in construction in general. There's a lot of bigoted views concerning gay people in the construction world, and it typically comes from the more conservative leaning members. And I don't call them brothers, I call them members, because those are the folks who vote for our demise every election cycle. They support people who hate us every election cycle. They hold ideological views that are against unions. And in my opinion, the only reason they're even here is because through our solidarity and through our struggle, we've managed to carve out a slice of the economic pie that allows and affords us a comfortable middle-class lifestyle. So a lot of these conservatives join the IBEW and become union members because it's got a fat paycheck and good benefits. And actively in their personal life, they act to hurt the union that I'm a part of and the union that I love. We have members of the LGBTQIA+ community in our membership, in our local, and hate is something that we cannot tolerate. We have a responsibility to use our voices to challenge anyone who shows and uses hateful rhetoric, especially on a job site, but more generally around us. We have got to take our oath seriously. Not only do we have to take our oath seriously, but we have to stand up for the objects of the IBEW, because that's the organization we represent and it's what we're a part of. It is personal when we have siblings who are a part of this community who have to deal with this hatefulness from pundits like Tucker Carlson or Tim Pool or Steven Crowder, and then our members go to a job site and echo those very same talking points. It's divisive and it's ugly. And then they'll be the ones to turn around and go, well, Eric, you're being divisive. You're the most divisive member in Local 26. Yeah, you know why? Because I'm one of the main ones that speaks out against all this horse crap publicly. And I denounce this kind of stuff publicly. You won't hear it publicly from others, but you're going to hear it from me. I don't know if I'm talking to the ethos and folks are rolling their eyes and they ain't listening, but I know there's people out there who are listening, who are hearing the message and understanding it and are empathetic with it and are down for the cause. It's you guys that I'm talking to. Those other mouth breathers, I don't give a fuck about their opinions. I don't. They are a drag to the movement. They are an anchor on our ship that is down in the dirt holding us back. They are an albatross around our neck as we're trying to sprint and win a competition. These guys do not help the local. No. Matter of fact, they are a drain on the membership. To see the rhetoric result in more violent attacks, shootings, and murders targeting the most vulnerable members of our society and our union is appalling and something that we just can't ignore. Like I said, we have many bigoted, hateful members in our union. They hold extremely misogynistic views and homophobic views. They are projecting their own homosexual fantasies onto the very people that they hate, in my view. This makes it self-hate. These members need to find help in order to come to grips with their own sexuality, and we should help them in that regard as well. You know, I was on a job one time. I'll give you a personal story. I was on a job one time, and we were doing basically a tenant build out. So it was repetitively doing the same work. It's a bunch of apartments. You're doing the same work in each apartment. We're working around the same group of people every day. And we had this one dude. He was a Local 26 member. You know, muscle bound dude. Used to always talk about working out and everything else. And, you know, he's a very Mr. into bodybuilding. He's a tough guy, you know. But every day he would use language, the F word in describing gay people. Oh, you must be a F word. That's F word. That's gay as this. Oh, da da da. And it was over and over. And I kept trying to tell him, like, dude, man, just stop talking like that. And he kept doing it. And this went on for a couple days before I finally had enough of it. And one morning he started, it was early in the morning. He started with it again. And as soon as he did, I turned around, I looked at him, and I was like, man, were you molested as a child or something? Did something happen to you that caused you to be this this pent up and angry and this rageful? And he was like, no, nothing ever happened to me. I was like, you sure? Like, you sound like you're repressive, like you're repressing feelings. And he was like, no, maybe you are. So I looked at him, and very flirty, like, I was like, you know what? You're right. I fantasize about you, big boy. You're very hot with all those muscles. And, you know, I'm just wondering when we're going to get to play around, you know, man. Let's stop BSing, man. You know, you clearly have an attraction. Let's solve it. And he got very uncomfortable, and he got embarrassed, and his face got flushed red, and he threatened to beat me up. And so I turned around and I said, ooh, I like it rough. I would love that. And with that, he got really embarrassed and walked out the room. I say all of that to say this. He never, around me anyway, used those type of expressions again. We have to find a way to combat this type of ideology when it's around they have to know it's not okay. It's not something that we tolerate. They have to know it. Now, it's not for us to fight hate with hate. So I'm not saying to be hateful back, but defend your siblings vigorously against hate and educate our ignorant siblings so we can break this cycle. The IBEW is welcoming. I've told you this before. It is a welcoming organization. It is inclusive. In fact, our organizers are going out of their way to make sure that they're organizing a more inclusive body. And so we have to take pride in that. And we have to support that. And we have to educate each other out of the darkness of ignorance. Like I said, the IBEW welcomes everyone into our union. And this is your union too. So take pride in it. Hey, remember, the fight is not left and right, it's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one teach one, get out there and reach one. And don't forget, there can be no union without you and I, front and center. Let's get it. Peace.